Hi guys, Fire Plays here and welcome back to another YouTube video on the channel, and today new series on the channel. Alright guys, now if you haven't read the title you probably won't know what this is. If you have read the title you would definitely know what this is, unless if you're a new subscriber. This is the AFL Evolution 2 rebuild series. Alright guys, so 2022 is going to be a little bit different with the series, of course. Now I have started off with the 3 clubs that I think should be going first. Now first up I've done Collingwood, just because this was the fan favourite when we did it last year. This one got nearly 500 views, so this is what we're going to start it off with. We're going to really start this one off on some really funness with, of course, the fan favourite from last year. We'll be trying to do every team now. I've done the first 3, alright? I've done the first 3 just so then we can, because I want to try and do the bad teams first and then the better teams last. So of course, what I mean, so first up's Collingwood, second up is North Melbourne, third up is Gold Coast. So that's who's doing this first. You guys can let me know which other teams after this. So if you want Adelaide to be next, if you want Hawthorne to be next, you guys let me know whichever team you want to be next after the Suns. But I've done the first 3 just so then we are good. Now, of course, we're going to put Scouts and Negotiators up to 10, just like we did last year, as this is going to be pretty much the same. There's not going to be too many differences now. Finances as well, I'm going to put that up to just affordable, and then we can't really do anything else. This is it. So, yep, it's just the same old simulating like what we did last year. We start off our year, well, pre-season with a win, but yeah, there we go. So pretty much going to be the same as last year, and we start off our year with a win against the Western Bulldogs. Good start here for the Pies, but yeah, it's going to be quite like last year. The trade period is going to be most of the episode, most of the video. We're going to do every team. We're going to do the better teams towards the back end, so don't comment down Melbourne after Gold Coast, because that's not going to happen. It is more going to be like maybe a Hawthorne, an Adelaide, or a Carlton if you guys want that. Maybe one of them instead, because we want to do the lower teams first, and then we want to do the lower teams first, the better teams last, just so then a little bit different. We can like put a couple of decent teams, just throw them into the middle, but yeah, not first up. So pretty much the first couple of teams are going to be the not so good teams that actually need rebuilding, and then we can go and do the better teams. Now, of course, the aim is to do every team. But yeah, it's going to be a really fun series, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. So you guys can let me know some teams you want me to do, and yeah. Now also, I'm sorry about the time, about how these are going to take so long, how they're going to be about 30-40 minutes per team. Now that's just because, just so then you can actually see what I do, like what I really do. No editing or anything is required, just so then you guys can actually see what I do. See every trade, every deal, and just so I don't have to spend too long editing it as well, just so then we can get more of these out. Now, of course, we currently sit 7th, 5 and 5, so it's been the half so far. But yeah, we're going alright so far. We're just sitting around that middle 6-5 area, which means if we keep going at this stage, we'll probably end up just making the 8. Now, Melbourne, we lose this one, because of course Collingwood did win that one in real life, so would have been nice to have been a little bit realistic there, but of course not to be. If this was realistic, we'd be finishing 17th. Now Collingwood Freo, we get the job done, and let's see, St Kilda, this is a big game for the Pies. We sit in 7th, a loss here and our season is in trouble. Our season is in trouble. The Collingwood season is in trouble. The Collingwood season is in trouble. And it's in even more trouble as we go down to the Tigers. This is a disaster so far. We currently sit 12th. And, I mean, look, a win though. A couple of wins and we can get right up into that. It is a draw against Carlton. Let's see this one. It was all dominated by the Pies, the play of the match. I reckon the Blues managed to just hold in there. However, 126 all. Wow. That's interesting. That throws our season completely off track as well. And we get a win over Port Adelaide. We are coming to make the 8. We are coming to make the 8. Where are we? We are currently 12, 8, 9. I reckon our season's over. We need 3. We need 3 perfect games. We need 3 perfect games. This is big because a loss and we'll pretty much be out. Got to beat every team. And we go down to the Hawks. That could be our season over. We've got 2 more games to press our case. 2 more games to do so. Have to win this. We do. We're still a chance. Round 23 is what it's coming down to. We must win to get in the 8. We have to rely on that the Cats, the Suns don't win. Have to rely on that. So, it is do or die now for the Collingwood Football Club. Do they make finals? They very well could. Do we miss out though? Surely not. We are in. We sneak in. We are in 8th. Sneak into the finals. That is interesting. So we take on the 5th place Kangaroos. And we're out first week. So what a season by Collingwood. It looked like we weren't even meant to make the finals either. So good job on the Pies for getting there. The Power end up winning the whole tournament. Probably deserving. They had to go through the whole thing as well though. But of course having the double chance backs you up. Jason Horne Francis, the rising star. Isaac Quainer, our SFS. Brian Myers, Coleman medal. Toby Nankervis Brownlow. Why does it always happen to be rucks? Rucks are too overrated in this game. Now, of course, it doesn't make sense if we sign with a different team. Definitely not an AFLW team. So, of course, we are going back with the Collingwood Footy Club. Now, here's where things get interesting. So, obviously, with our trades, we need to see how many trades we've got. We've got 75 remaining trades. Now, we're going to actually do some smart trades. We're looking to try and get in a bit of experience, actually. We want to try and get a little bit of experience in, I reckon. Just because, so they're prepared to give up pick 10 and 64. I reckon we're going to do that. I reckon we're going to do that as our first trade of the year. Just because we are getting pick 10. And that is a valuable trade there. Pick 10 is definitely within the top 10. No, we're never going to do that from the Cats. 29.47, Ben Davis, 41. Okay, right. I was going to actually think about that. 11.65. Again, nope. Trevor from Richmond, Liam McManus, Samson Ryan. We'll give this a little bit of a look. Bad deal. We're not going to go ahead and do that. Fremantle, Nathan Murphy, Brandon Walker. Let's see. I reckon this is probably not a bad deal. Now, I know, unfortunately enough for Murphy, he's going to have to leave the club. But I think this is not a bad deal getting Walker to the club. So we're going to go ahead and do that as another deal. And then free agency period opens. So now, of course, here, we've done our staff. So we're going to go and negotiate contract first, of course. So we're going to see who's expired. So we've got Braden Walker, which we could probably give him a bit of a pay cut. I don't know. I reckon he'd take a 5-year deal, possibly even for 100 grand, 130, 140, 150, 160. So he ends up wanting overpaid. He wanted to get overpaid. Bianco perhaps. No Cameron. Cameron and Trug and Ginnivan are not coming back to the club. Nathan Kruger I will be signing. 5 years, 100 grand. He takes it. And then now, Paddy Lipinski is one that we have to bring back. 400 grand, 2 years at the club. He lost $1,000, but it doesn't really matter for Lipinski. Rantle, look, I'm happy to sign either of these guys if they're happy to go for 100 grand or 90 grand. Sire Wilson will no longer be coming back to the club either. Now, Trey Roscoe, I know this is going to really suck for him. I'm happy to offer him 100,000 for 5 years. 120. So he takes 120 and then expires. So we've got Bianco to go, which I am going to re-sign Bianco. 5 years, 120,000. Happy to do that. Cameron Ginnivan no longer coming to the club. Noble, we could probably get some trades off for him. Sire, so we're going to go ahead, sign Sire. 1 year deal, 250,000. Should be happy with that. We are giving a couple of pay cuts. Now there, I would like Noble to come back and Randall as well. So happy to sign 310 for Noble, and then now for Randall, I'm happy to give him 100,000, 110,000, 2 years. There we go. So we've got most of our players signed now. Darcy Cameron is an interesting one here where we could probably go and get a little bit of value out of him. Darcy Cameron, what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to get rid of him. Darcy Cameron will be leaving the club. And we're going to try and see what we could perhaps get for him. So I'm not trying to get too much. Maybe it's another expired player from Sydney. Just then it's about a fair swap. So we're going to be looking at like their lower ranked players. Again, someone that's probably around the same age. Sam Weeks, probably, maybe not a bad offer. Chad Warner, over cap. How are we over cap? Because Chad Warner's expired, isn't he? So then if we go for him, Chad Warner, where is he? Chad Warner, he's expired. So then how are we over cap? Well then if we chuck in like a Charlie Dean, we're okay. We'll offer that up. Swans are insulted. Look, what we'll do then is we'll go for like one of their lowest players, maybe like a Corey Warner. Definitely someone that's young, so I think I'm happy to offer this. So Corey Warner comes. So now we do have to get his brother across as well, Chad Warner. That's only fair. So Chad Warner is going to be Collingwood Magpies player. It's just what do we have to give for him, which I'm happy to say Tom Wilson can go to the Sydney Swans, and I'm happy to give Brandon Walker for Warner. Swans don't think this is realistic. We'll then have Jack Ginnivan. Swans don't think it's realistic. Well, then you can have Isaac Chugg as well. That's what I'm happy to do. They still don't think it's realistic. So, well, then we just take Chugg out and we just go for a better player. Maybe like Mark Keane, perhaps. Swans are almost satisfied. Instead of Ginnivan, maybe go for like a Cooper Murley. Will Kelly, maybe Will Kelly. That should be the deal done, yep. So we've got the Warner brothers at the Pies, so that's a good start here. Now from West Coast, I don't know who we could go after. Maybe like, who have they got here that could be of some use? That's cheap. Jake Waterman? No. Nah, because we can't. Bulldogs, they'll have someone good, of course. I reckon maybe Sam Darcy. Nah, we can't go for him. Latham Vandermeer, a young midfielder that could definitely come to the Pies. So maybe we've got to look at like, I don't know, maybe giving up someone around another general forward. So let's see like who we got, because he's 76 rated. So we've got to be giving someone in this bracket here. Maybe like an Oliver Henry, who's a quite a young forward and pick 29. Might get the job done. Nope. Well then if we go out and maybe we give a who around this bracket, maybe Noble. Nah, not Noble. Cox, he's a key forward, we can't give him. Maybe just Braden Sire. We try with Braden Sire. So that's a pretty fair deal for Latham Vandermeer. Braden Sire pick 29 should get the job done. Now it's just what is he rated and what's his position at the Bulldogs here for? Of course, this young gun in Latham Vandermeer. So he's a midfielder. He's a young midfielder. They're almost satisfied. Pick 64 should get the job done. And maybe like, I don't know, Isaac Chugg. No, instead of pick 64, maybe like Aiden Begg. Okay, I think we're just going to have to give up on the Vandermeer thing for now. We're trying to get Braden Sire out of the club, so it's just someone that fits around this 76, 75 Riley West. Josh Shackey, Jamari Ugle-Hagan, and now they're getting into the real big players. Adelaide, do they have anyone of interest? Josh Rochelle, who's actually their best. Sorry about that, guys. I couldn't find a better Josh Rochelle. Like, there was a 70 rated which didn't look like him and a 90 rated that looked like him. So Benny Keys, how good would he be at this club? How good could he possibly be? He would be so good to have at this club. So we are going to probably throw the kitchen sink at him, really. I reckon this is a fair deal for Keys. Adelaide are thrilled. Well, so am I. Welcome Ben Keys to the to the Collingwood Football Club, Brisbane now. Rob Vlogs. Let's see if we can get Rob Vlogs here for maybe, I don't know, maybe like another midfielder. Maybe like Jeremy Howe, general defender Crisp, Moore, we've got Pendlebury, we've got Sidebottom, we've got Adams. Nah, I'm not going to go for him. Blues, now, they've got some good players. One in particular here, which I'm kind of looking for. Tom De Koning would be nice to have at the club. Adam Cherry would be another good one to have. But I was thinking like maybe a Matt Owies. And we could probably easily do the deal as well. Probably all it would take would be a bit of that's actually quite a tough one for Owies maybe. We've got to try and find that real big deal though. It gets done. Jai Caldwell, he'd be nice. Braden Ham. Let's do a deal for both of them. Braden Ham and Jai Caldwell and Ben Hobbs. I reckon we could get them all over here for a cheap price. I reckon it would take Chug. I reckon it would take Ginnivan. And I reckon it's going to be like a decent player to finish it off, which I reckon that player could definitely be Oliver Henry. I reckon this is about fair. If I just put in another player that's around 70 rated, like someone in this, Liam McManam, they're insulted. If we take out Hobbs, what if we were to, maybe we were to just do like Hobbs, because Hobbs is still very young. So that's why I say that we could definitely get him over here for a pretty cheap price. So maybe just like Chug, Begg, and Ginnivan maybe could just do the job all together. Because they're actually getting some good players. Like, they're actually getting decent ratings here as well. And maybe like Liam McManam, perhaps. I know they're actually overpaying. Maybe just Liam McManam and Isaac Chug. Okay, right, that means we do have to throw in Ginnivan and then Begg. So that should be the deal done, and it's not. Well then if Begg can't go, then we just simply have to do like, I don't know, someone like Rantle who was put on a pay cut. Do that. That probably was definitely not the best deal. Freo got pick number 2. Now, again, got to be careful with what we do here. Carl Warner, interesting. Should we get another Warner to the club? Nathan Murphy, Liam Henry, Croden, Schultz, Clark. Clark would look good in a Collingwood outfit. For maybe, so he's 76, so we've just got to keep in mind the ratings. Now, I do want to try and get Henry out of the club, Oliver Henry, so we'll see Fremantle, we'll see if they have anyone maybe for Oliver Henry, who's around that 74. Gyro, not really interested in any of them guys. Maybe Geelong might have someone around that 74 ranking that could be a good, one like maybe Brad Close, nah. Maybe someone from the Suns might have a good one. Maybe like Charlie Constable. That could be a decent swap, I reckon. A young up and coming midfielder. And the Suns are actually insulted by that. That's actually quite a surprise. I thought they would have taken that. Now I do like what Jeremy Sharp does, so maybe him. Maybe like a 3-way deal perhaps. I don't know. Or the Giants, do they have anyone that might be like of any use? Finn Callaghan, I do think that's probably not a bad idea. They've got Callum Brown somehow, I don't know how. but they do. They've got Callum Brown. So I don't know. Let's just fight and get him back. Let's take Callum Brown. But because then we wouldn't really be gaining anything from this, we've got to take another person. And that person that I want to take is Finn Callaghan, a young draftee. And we'll take pick 75. Let's see if they're happy with this. GWS are insulted. What about just that? Okay, so they obviously don't want to do that. So now over to Hawthorn. Do they have anyone? I don't know. I don't really want to be taking too many players back. Jacob Kazitsky. And now we're getting too good. North could have someone. Jacob Edwards. Maybe could we try and see how good is this man here? Where is he? Oh my goodness, he's a high rated player. Of course, pick number 1, Jason Horne-Francis. So I'm going to try and put like guts into this, like absolutely everything I can to get this young midfielder. So is there someone around here that's like a midfielder, a mid-forward? Lipinski, maybe we send him over to the Kangaroos. Nah, we're going to keep Lipinski. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go for a big midfielder. Just someone that's, well, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got a couple of general defenders. Maybe like a mid-forward. Maybe Hoskin Elliott. We'll try for this. Nah, they're not going to give him up. So we'll just simply do nothing about it either. But for North Melbourne, someone that we could probably take, maybe like a Callum Coleman-Jones, a big forward. North are insulted. Just going to go through this. Port Adelaide real quick. Do they have anyone of good use? Mitch Georgiades could be a decent swap. Nope, they're insulted. Richmond, maybe like Patrick Nash, a general defender. Not satisfied. St Kilda, maybe like, nah, no one from St Kilda really rings a bell. From Sydney, maybe like Weeks or Goulden. Maybe we can try for Goulden. Errol Goulden, and maybe chuck in like, I don't know, Reef McGuinness for Goulden. Okay, right. So obviously we're going to try not get Henry out of this club. We're going to try and do someone big. Someone really big. Will Hoskin Elliott. Now I'm saying goodbye to him for a certain reason. Now I just think that I want to try and get a younger forward in. So I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of someone like a Braden Campbell perhaps, and a Errol Goulden coming for Will Hoskin Elliott, as these two are young. They're young players. And I don't know, I think that's just the important thing though for me, is having young players. Now there's a trio that I like. I do like Tommy Papley as well, but Hayward, but yeah, I reckon James Rowbottom can come to the Pies if we give up Hoskin Elliott. But because he's a little bit older, I don't know, maybe like someone like Jordan Roughhead. I don't really see much of a use for him, so we'll propose this. We'll chuck out. Yep, alright, I'm happy to do that. So Hoskin Elliott is out. And now we're going to push hard for Rowbottom. So now, of course, Rowbottom did not get done in that trade, so we're going to go back for him again. We're going to make sure that he comes to the Pies. We are making sure that he's coming to the Pies, of course. Callum Brown, I don't know if we really need him. I think Rowbottom is probably better use. I reckon we're going to go ahead and do that. I reckon now from West Coast, I reckon we're going to go for one player. And that player is a very young Alex Witherden. Now, Alex Witherden would be nice to have at the Pies. And we are probably going to give up, because 82, don't forget about that. So it's someone around here. Do we have like a general defender? We've got Maynard, but we want to try and keep him. I reckon we're okay for now. Now, Western Bulldogs, there is another player that I would like. Cody Waitman. He's pretty cheap. We could probably definitely get Cody Waitman here. And all it would take would probably be like a Reef McGuinness. So we'll try. Western Bulldogs insulted. I don't know. Going to test our luck at free agency now. We're going to test our luck. Oh, no. This is how you get money. This is how you get money. So let's say we don't want Aiden Begg anymore. I don't know. We'll do the Crows a favour and we'll take pick 77 from them. Well, then how about we just take your pick 95? Just so then we're giving out some, we're getting some money here. We're taking out these players and we are building up a better draft hand. So I don't really think at this club, I don't really think that we need Cooper Murley. And then what you do is you just go, you ask for like, I don't know, pick 59. I don't know, could we go like maybe sliding back a little bit, 60. Boom. There you go. Now we've got $1 million to spend at free agency, and that just makes you feel a little bit better, doesn't it? So, now, rated. Now, this is an important thing, though. Looking at your rated but your age, like Josh Kelly, he'd be nice to come in. Luke Parker. Could we perhaps get Nick Floston in? But then you got to keep an eye on their salary as well. So, yeah, Matt Taberner, maybe Dom Sheed could come in and fit quite nicely. So I don't know. I think that's probably not a bad idea. We'll sign him for $460 on a 4-year deal, which keeps him in 5-year deal till he's 31. And then we go from there. Now they're obviously here. We got to make sure they're so pretty much anyone else could fit in our salary as well. I'm thinking maybe who's the youngest player in here? Rourke Smith at 77, Ivan Soldo, Trent Dumont, Josh Kelly. I don't know, maybe Rourke Smith has got some youngness about him. We could definitely have him here at the club. 5 years on 170, 180. 180 for Rourke Smith. Welcome to the Collingwood Footy Club. Now, there is just going to be one more thing I am going to say. Unfortunately, goodbye to Harvey Harrison. And from Essendon, we are going to take a nice pick 69. Essendon are happy. I'm happy. Now, there's one more play that I do want to get, though, from the Adelaide Crows. Now, I do know that none players spoke about this a fair bit, so it just has to be, yep, Shane McAdam. Perfect. He can come and play with, I think it's his stepbrother, Ash Johnson. So we are going to be working hard to get this deal done. Even if it takes Reef McGuinness, we're going to do it. Adelaide are thrilled. We are thrilled as well. Boom. It is time to advance to the draft. Save. Is there anyone else that needs their contract signed is the question. Is there anyone else that's had it expired? No, there isn't. So we can advance to the draft. 10, 60, 64. It's a problem that we don't really have any picks in that middle line, but look, it's okay. Delisted for agency. Now this is what you want to have a little bit of a look at. The lowest player, 18. We want to try and find someone that's decently rated here. Fisher McCasey could be someone of good use. Trent Rivers, how good he could actually be in the future is incredible. 5-year deal, 100 grand, 110, 120. Welcome to the Pies. He's always someone I get. If you know me, I always get him. High rated players in here that were delisted by their club. Okay, so then it goes from Goldsack down to McCasey. So pretty much there is no one in here that would really fit a good role. Now, I did say that I was looking to get some experience. Still got 493,000. I'm going to leave it as it is. We're going to go ahead and save that. I'm going to leave it. Let's go to the draft. First pick is going, it's going to be about their potential. Now, I do think this is quite important. Now, it is always potential that kind of rules it for me. Now, of course, age, a key forward, Arnell. He's currently 74-75. He's the one that we're going to take with pick number 10. Now, of course, it's a long way until our next pick, which is at pick 60. And, well, again, you can still get some pretty good players here. You still got those 95 to 99. Now, a key forward, Lions. Who's the highest rated player in here that's got some good potential? Gardner. And then, let's see, 90 to 99, Pointer. Let's take him. Now, the next pick here for the Collingwood Footy Club, we're going to go based on potential this time. And we are going to take... I've had my eye on Lions, so let's go for Lions. And it's another pick. It's back-to-back picks. So I think it's going to make some sense. I've been looking at probably Hill, so I think he's the one to take. And then now we have got, if Fungi is still in here, I'll probably take him. He is, but he's a ruck, maybe not. Who's the youngest player in this draft? 17. Oh, we've actually got Cameron. No, I'm going to take Cameron. I'm going to take Cameron as our next pick. We've only got a couple of picks left, and then we're going to be hopping into the next part of this, which is season number 2. Now, we've still got Lau in here, so I'm probably going to take him. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good choice there. And then now I reckon we got one more pick after this, so we've got to make sure that we use our last 2 picks well. I don't know, I think Salem is probably not a bad choice. Or is there any other midfielders that really fit the bracket of well? I don't know, Bates and then Salem. That's who we're going to go for. So we're going to go for Bates and then Salem. Going to go for Bates and then Salem. The question is he still in here? He sure is. And that's it. So that is it. So we got some good players in the draft. And of course now is time to go again for season number 2 and we lose our first game. So this is always interesting. This always tells me as a trade period, how well did we actually do? That's always a question. And we end up winning our first game, which is a good start. Now, considering we made finals last year, we probably have to do that again. And we absolutely smash the Crows. Now, of course, Hoskin Elliott is not going to be in our team anymore, which a couple of you guys might not be very happy about that. But look, we got Keys doing some good jobs, so that's important. Making sure that our players that we brought in are doing something good, and we're going pretty well. We're having a good start here. We are having a good start. We go over face the Eagles at Optus, and we're going pretty well. And I've leveled up to level 50 as well on the game, which is pretty good. I've been trying to do that for a little while now. And we get absolutely smashed by the Suns. But Lions, congratulations Lions. 28 touches, 3 goals. In a game where we were long gone, he stood up. And that's the thing I like about drafting the players as well, is that they're so, like, you never know what can happen, and you never know what can happen, really. They could be very good one week, and they could be absolutely horrible the next week. Time for the ladder. It's been a bit of an up and down season. We're 5-2, 91%, because when we've lost heavily. And, well, when we've won, we've pretty much won heavily as well. So it goes either way. Now, here we go. We win, we get the job done. So we're doing a good job here. We are... Where are we? We are 7-2, top of the table. And we get the job done again. So, Collingwood going well here. We're going well. We win another game. So, let's see. Where are we now? We are top. We should not be slipping from here. 44. We get absolutely smashed. And that's the thing. When we've lost our 3 times, it's been big losses. That's why our percentage is 91. And we lose big again. So all of a sudden, a couple of things are changing now. Now, got our bye now. So things have changed. We are still top, but we've got a percentage of 84, which goes to show when we've won, it's been close games, and when we've lost, it's been a heavy loss. Like you see there, only 85 now is our percent. Like we are slowly losing it, and that game is important as we regain a little bit of percentage. Hopefully, yes, we do go back up to 90. Now, again, another big win there for the Pies. We want to try and get that percentage above 100. We'll do a ladder check after this, and we go down to the Adelaide Crows. So, now, we sit in first, 12-5, percentage of 90. Yeah, this is important. This is very important. This game, we'll lose. So, I can't see us missing finals. Oh, actually, you know what? I can see us. If we lose the rest of our games, we can miss finals. And based on our percent, we're probably one of the lowest teams in that area. We go down to the Bombers. So this is big now. This is big stuff. Like, we are 5th and we can miss out on the finals. So this is important. This is a massive game against the Cats. You'd say the winner gets in, the loser possibly out. So, do we pull off a massive choke and lose? Because if we lose, the Suns will go in. It's do or die for the Pies. Do we get in? We are going to get in some style. Look at that. 26-9, 165. That is incredible. Nick Dacos, Jordan De Goey, Mason Cox. I was actually going to think about trading out Mason Cox, but then I was like, you know what? May as well keep him. May as well keep Mason Cox. I think that's an important one. But yeah, there we go. So now we are making finals, only just in 6th position. Interesting year for the Pies. So yeah, let's go ahead and see. And we are out the first week. So unfortunately for the Pies, no getting through to the grand final in today's video. Now, when I Port Adelaide going to win, Jordan De Goey is our best and fairest. Oh, I was going to pick up Ivan Soldo, and he wins the Brownlow medal. That's disappointing. So we end up finishing 7th. Now, in future when I do this, because that's going to bring us to the end of today's video. In the future when I do this, like, I'm going to try and do every team, right? I'm going to try and do every team. And then, if, like, after that, if we have time, which we might, if we, like, I don't know, if we finish up this series in, like, I don't know, August or September maybe, then we might be able to go a little bit again into, like, October perhaps. And we might be able to do version number 2. So if you want to see version number 2 of Collingwood, let me know in the comment section. That will be the least of the priorities though, is the version number 2, because we're getting every team done. So 1 is Collingwood. That is now ticked off the list. That is all done and dusted until version 2, which will be a long way away. Now next up will be North Melbourne, and then the next one after that will be Gold Coast. You guys make up the rest of the list. So you guys let me know the rest of the list pretty much. So you tell me who's going 4th. You guys let me know. And then, yeah, version 2 is still a long way away, so we don't even talk about that. But I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Send you guys will never miss another video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and bye guys. Fire plays out.